Here's your wrestling news for January 22nd, 2026. Your headlines for today include: real reason Tommaso Ciampa left WWE revealed, Johnny Gargano breaks silence. WWE officially moves to replace its champion, real reason finally revealed. Rock addresses his WrestleMania 43 status, final match talk heats up. Vikingo under fire backstage over controversial move, Undertaker involved? Moose opens up about serious back injury after TNA Genesis. Wrestling World reacts as star returns following abuse allegations, and more. Following a report from Bodyslam.net stating that Tommaso Ciampa was finishing up with WWE and was not expected to renew his contract, the former NXT champion addressed the situation directly. On January 21st, Ciampa shared a two-page statement on Instagram confirming that his WWE run is nearing its end. He opened by acknowledging that his contract is expiring and used the moment to thank nearly everyone involved in his decade-long journey with the company. In the very near future, my contract with the WWE will officially come to an end. I'd like to thank every single person who contributed to the last 10 years of this incredible journey. Camera crew, ring crew, hair and makeup team, seamstresses, referees, creative, producers, catering crew, commentators, ring announcers, travel department, medical team, talent reps, and anybody I may have missed. A very special thank you to all the men and women who I've shared a ring and locker room with. Nothing but love and respect. Ciampa made a point to single out the brand most closely associated with his legacy. And I would be remiss not to give a special thank you to my Black and Gold family. You will forever hold an incredibly special place in my heart. He also addressed the fans who followed him from the independent scene through NXT and the main roster before turning the message toward his family. To the fans who have shown love and support over the last 2 decades, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my wife and daughter, you are my rock and my forever why. I love you more. From there, Ciampa framed his career in 3 chapters: the past, the present, and what comes next, making it clear that this is not a retirement, but a transition. The most notable confirmation came when he revealed he is now open for outside work for the first time in over 10 years. With that said, for the first time in over 10 years, I am available for all appearances, signings, photo ops, seminars, movies, TV appearances, fitness collaborations, sponsorships, and so forth. Shortly after Ciampa's statement went live, Johnny Gargano posted his own response on Instagram, sharing a backstage photo of himself watching Ciampa on a monitor and captioning it with a single black heart emoji, a clear nod to Ciampa's longtime nickname, the Blackheart. Ciampa's message made it clear he is exiting WWE on good terms. That said, in the weeks leading up to his final match in December, multiple talents reported that a longtime NXT talent working on the main roster had experienced creative frustrations related to booking and extended television absences. While those reports speculated about Ciampa, none explicitly confirmed him as the subject. Ciampa's final WWE appearance came on the December 19, 2025 episode of SmackDown, where he and Gargano lost to Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. Gargano has remained active on television since then, while Ciampa's absence now has a confirmed explanation. Did WWE miss the mark with Ciampa's booking on the main roster? And do you think AEW should be his next stop, or is another path a better fit? Share your thoughts in the comments below. A subtle production detail on Monday Night Raw may have quietly confirmed a major shift within The New Day. During a backstage segment featuring Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Grayson Waller speaking with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, the on-screen lower third graphic simply read, The New Day. In previous weeks, similar segments were labeled The New Day and Grayson Waller, suggesting Waller was an associate rather than a full-fledged member. That distinction is now gone. The updated graphic strongly implies that WWE has officially folded Grayson Waller into the New Day as its third member, effectively replacing Big E in the group's active lineup. This development aligns with a Fightful report from December, which noted that WWE was internally planning to add a new member to the New Day, and that Waller's name had been discussed as a serious option. At the time, the report framed the move as a way to evolve the faction amid uncertainty surrounding Big E's future. That uncertainty remains significant. Big E has not been cleared to return to in-ring competition following his C1 and C6 neck fractures. In late 2025, Big E himself indirectly acknowledged that his wrestling career may be nearing its end as he has shifted focus toward commentary, media appearances, and other non-wrestling roles within WWE. With Big E's in-ring status unresolved and WWE clearly moving forward with a new configuration, the company appears to have made its decision quietly but deliberately. The question now becomes whether Grayson Waller is the right fit to fill that void. Is this a smart evolution for the New Day, or does it fundamentally change what made the group special? Is Grayson Waller a win or a loss as the New Day's new third member? Sound off in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has finally addressed the growing speculation surrounding his potential involvement in WrestleMania 43, and while nothing has been confirmed, his comments suggest the door is very much open. Speaking with Rafi Talks on January 20th, 2026, The Rock responded to reports that Saudi Arabia is aggressively pushing to bring both him and Stone Cold Steve Austin to WrestleMania 43 in 2027. While careful not to commit to an in-ring return, Rock made it clear that he views the situation positively. Well, I can tell you that I'm excited for the brand of WrestleMania. I'm excited for the Kingdom because that is a big show. And I'm also excited not only for the brand, but for our athletes to be able to participate in an event like that. That's a global event, and I can't wait. When pressed about the status of discussions involving WWE and Saudi officials, Rock kept his response short but optimistic. In terms of the conversations I've been having, good or bad, well, it's all good. It'll always be good. Those comments line up with a recent report from Andrew Baydala, who noted that The Rock's camp has shown some hesitation, largely due to timing. The Saudi-backed WrestleMania match is believed to be positioned as a potential final in-ring appearance, something that could conflict with The Rock's increasingly packed Hollywood schedule. Baydala explained that if Rock's film commitments continue to grow through 2026, locking in a physically demanding match overseas could limit future availability. If the movie career really takes off, rightfully he's booked all the way through 2026. If that happens, and he has a great match in Saudi, and he's unavailable to do anything else, the guy is getting up there in age. I know there's hesitation from The Rock's camp. While no match, or even appearance, has been finalized, Rock's tone suggests negotiations remain constructive. For now, WrestleMania 43 remains a possibility rather than a promise, but the groundwork appears to be firmly in place. WWE is reportedly set to receive over $100 million from the Saudi Arabia General Entertainment Authority for hosting WrestleMania 43, underscoring just how massive the partnership between WWE and Saudi Arabia has become. The Rock has not appeared on WWE programming since he helped bring about John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber 2025. Do you think WrestleMania 43 should feature one last match from The Rock? And if it happens, who should be standing across the ring from him? Or will the injury he suffered at WrestleMania 29 still weigh on his mind, especially considering his Hollywood commitments? Sound off in the comments below. Hugo Savinovich has firmly shut down rumors of real-life heat between El Hijo del Vikingo and El Grande Americano following AAA's Fox debut on January 7th, 2026. Speaking on Lucha Libre Online on January 20th, Savinovich said that he spent nearly an entire day investigating the controversy that went viral after a #1 contenders match between Vikingo and Americano aired on the January 17th broadcast. The moment in question occurred when Americano appeared to tell the referee, "Tell him to be careful with my neck for f***'s sake," shortly before Vikingo delivered a kick to the neck during a corner exchange. Americano then audibly responded with "Chinga tu madre," which translates to "F*** your mother" in Spanish. That exchange quickly fueled online speculation about legitimate backstage heat. Savinovich dismissed those claims outright. Well, this has to do with Hijo del Vikingo. There are rumors that many American pages fell into, and they are not true, he said. I verified this throughout the day, and as of this hour I've continued investigating along with my team. According to Savinovich, after reviewing the footage and speaking with multiple sources, he concluded that the situation was being misread, largely due to cultural context. He explained that phrases and reactions common in Mexican lucha libre can sound aggressive when taken out of context, but are not intended to escalate into real conflict. Savinovich further pointed to the size difference and contrasting styles of both men, which may have made the sequence appear stiffer than it actually was. More importantly, he stressed that El Grande Americano is an experienced veteran who knows exactly how to handle real in-ring issues. If he had been bothered or felt legitimately hurt, he would have locked him up, gone into a full hold, or immediately communicated it to the referee, Savinovich said. A veteran, an all-pro like El Grande Americano, knows how to handle that situation. He added that if there had been a genuine safety concern, particularly under WWE-influenced production standards, the match would have been stopped. That never happened. Addressing claims that Vikingo was reckless or unsafe, Ciampa suggested the narrative may have been influenced by recent storyline developments. Hijo del Vikingo is incredibly talented, and there was already tension due to what happened with Alberto Del Rio and the championship, which is why Vikingo was turned heel, he said. It feels like this narrative was pushed to make it seem like Hijo del Vikingo injures wrestlers. Ciampa reiterated that no disciplinary action followed this match, no meetings were held, no talent was pulled aside, and no creative authority intervened. In fact, he revealed that the two performers embraced backstage afterward. There was no real issue here, he said. There was no production or post-production meeting about it, no one was pulled aside, none of that happened. Exclusively, I can tell you that after the match, the two hugged. At no point did Undertaker or any creative authority say anything about it. He closed by emphasizing that his motivation was to prevent unnecessary damage to reputations. I spent almost the entire day verifying this because the last thing I want is to hurt El Grande Americano, Hijo del Vikingo, or AAA. This situation matters. I repeat, I was informed there was no issue. After the match, they hugged, and that's the reality. That said, there remains a contrasting report. PW Insider has stated that Vikingo was, in fact, warned backstage, adding another layer to the discussion. Do you believe Savinovich's first-hand investigation and cultural explanation, or do you think PW Insider's reporting carries more weight here? Looking at the clip, the match flow, and the aftermath, which version of events feels more credible to you? Sound off in the comments below. What many believed was just another brutal spot in a triple threat match has now been confirmed as a legitimate injury for Moose. The former TNA Wrestling World Champion revealed that he suffered a real back injury during his January 17th triple threat bout against Joe Hendry and Cedric Alexander at TNA Genesis. The match, part of TNA's return to pay-per-view, ended with Hendry scoring the victory, while Moose's condition remained unclear in the immediate aftermath. Days later, Moose addressed the situation directly on social media, confirming fans' concerns. For those who watched TNA Genesis, I did suffer a serious injury. From the bottom of my heart, I want to sincerely thank everyone for all their concern and get well soon wishes. Despite the scare, the 41-year-old offered some reassurance regarding his short-term outlook. While acknowledging that the injury is still bothering him, Moose indicated he expects to be available for TNA's next major television taping. My back is super stiff still at the moment, but I should be okay for TNA AMC Live in Albuquerque. During the Genesis match, Hendry focused heavily on Moose's lower back, including a particularly rough sequence that saw Moose driven back first into the steel steps. There has been no confirmation on the exact moment the injury occurred, but Moose's history makes the situation notable. He previously dealt with back issues following his match with Leon Slater at Slammiversary 2025. For now, Moose appears intent on pushing forward despite the setback, signaling his commitment to representing TNA as the company enters a critical stretch on AMC. Do you think Moose should take time off to fully recover, or is he right to work through the pain as TNA builds momentum on AMC? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Masha Slamovich has officially returned to in-ring action, and she did it in the most violent, unmistakable way possible. On January 17th, Slamovich competed for the first time in months, stepping into a steel cage against Haley J at a Circle 6 wrestling event. The bout marked her first match since domestic abuse allegations surfaced in September 2025, and it left no doubt that Slamovich was intent on making a statement with her return. The match itself was pure chaos. Slamovich and Haley J unleashed a brutal, no-holds-barred war that featured table crashes, trash can shots, and brawling atop the steel cage. It was the kind of violent spectacle Circle 6 wrestling is known for, and Slamovich showed no signs of ring rust after her extended absence. Her return comes amid unresolved questions surrounding her status with TNA. In December, John Alba of Sports Illustrated reported that Slamovich had quietly been removed from TNA's roster and was no longer actively with the company. However, the report stopped short of labeling the split as permanent. I'm told that she's not currently with the company, but leadership plans to touch base with her and regroup in 2026, Alba noted. The roster change followed public allegations made by Slamovich's former partner Akira, who accused her of abuse. Slamovich later addressed the situation in a public statement, describing the relationship as toxic and mutually destructive. She acknowledged wrongdoing and expressed remorse for her role in the situation. "We hurt each other deeply. I take responsibility for my actions, and I am sorry, embarrassed, and ashamed of the role I played in our relationship," Slamovich wrote. Now back in the ring but outside of TNA, Slamovich's future remains uncertain. Her violent return signals that she's ready to wrestle again, but whether major promotions will welcome her back remains to be seen. Do you think Masha Slamovich's return outside of TNA is a step toward rebuilding her career, or should wrestling companies continue to keep their distance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.